Welcome. I'm Virgil. This is a space where I teach you about philosophy, philosophy related content, and how to implement philosophy in your daily life. Today, we are going to discuss five major advices Seneca gave in the letters, in the first 14 letters of the book, Letters from a Stoic. These letters cover different topics which can improve different sections of your life if implemented correctly. So, let's get to it. So let's start with this. Have you ever found yourself moving to other books without finishing the first one? You buy a book, you like it, you start reading it, and then slowly it becomes boring or you just lose interest in. Then you move on to other book, and the cycle goes on and on and on. Like TV series, binge watching series after series after series. So Seneca basically compares it with two things. First, people who spend all of their life traveling abroad, and second, peop or second, tasting dish and a dish after dish after dish. So what that means is, according to Seneca, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Seneca explains it as it kinds of the people who spend most of the time traveling abroad will end up actually having friends but no friendship. They will not have a deep connection with that place or with the people. And in the same way, tasting dish after another dish is a sign of a fuzzy stomach, where the foods are dissimilar and diverse in range. When you eat too much of different kind, you will have a sick stomach. And in the same way, Seneca compares it to reading books. You should not switch between books. First, you should first complete the first book, then move on to another one. If you have too many books lying around, read them completely, one after the other. And it is the solution that Seneca gave, that you should stick to the books of good authors. The question was, what book should you read? You should read books of the good authors. For example, you want to read a book on, let's say, self improvement. It's better to read Jordan B. Peterson than any YouTuber. It's better to choose those authors which are good in their space, those authors that are credible. So, Seneca also says you should not switch between reading books. Finish the first one, then move on to the other one. And what books, what types of books? So Seneca advised any book that help you face poverty, death, or other ills. So what books does actually Seneca read? So mainly he can refer mainly about philosophy. He says philosophy is not something to read out of boredom. It's not done for entertainment. It is for the development of personality. It orders one's life and it answers your question. When you need any advice, it can provide you advice. And Seneca also tells us about that you should share the knowledge. You should not keep the knowledge within yourself or just contain it. You should spread what you learn. You should spread everything that you learn and teach other people. So basically, what I'm doing. So that is the first advice about what you should read, how you should read, or what type of contents you should read. So the second advice is about friendship. Seneca receives a letter from by the hand of a friend of Lucius, but Lucius warns Seneca to avoid discussing anything or anything important, any affairs with him, with Lucius' friend. So Seneca naturally questions it and wonders what will be the reason that Lucius do not want anything to discuss with his friend. I mean, he said he's a friend, so why not discuss anything? So Seneca writes in the letter that if you call someone a friend, then why not treat him as one? Is it you just calling him as a friend, like we refer someone to as a gentleman, or someone who is not very close but kind of him? Is it that way? So Seneca's main advice is that you should think for a long time whether is he whether a person should become a good friend or not. Is he a friend or not? So don't keep him lying around in the middle ground. You should not keep anyone in the middle ground. And once you decided if he is going to be my friend, you should welcome him with your open heart, and you should speak to him like you would speak to yourself. A friend should be your brother. You should speak to him very openly. But there are some times that Seneca mentions that need your silence, that need your mind instead of someone else's. But you should not keep one in the middle ground. You should always trust your friend as your brother, and you should completely surrender your life in front of him. It's like brothers. You are a brother of him, and you should not be very private with him, and you should be very open with him. That's the main definition of friendship according to Seneca. So the third advice is kind of a funny one. Does it ever happen to you that you are scrolling on Instagram and you are all, happy and chill, relaxed, and suddenly you saw a reel or a video that is kind of traumatizing, I would say, kind of sad or depressing, or you saw a piece of news that is not positive, and suddenly you are feeling kind of down, sad, you know, for example, you are all happy and you saw a kind of sad relationship reel, for example, and you are now feeling the same energy, same sadness. Oh my god, you start remembering all those moments, memories that you once had that was out of your brain. And let's just say, let's give me another example. Let's say you are in a group of friends, and you're discussing about cars, let's say, and you said, my no let's say, first of all the friends said their car is something different. You said, in my opinion, you have an opinion that maybe Mustang is your favorite car, and your friend disagrees with it. And what will happen that you will start objecting your own opinions. You will be peer pressured, or you will be forced off your own opinion. So that's what the case Seneca offered. Seneca said, when Lucius questioned Seneca, what is the most important, particularly important thing to avoid? And Seneca mentioned a mass crowd. Back then, a mass crowd can be social gatherings, but nowadays, humans are not very sociable, they are very antisocial. So, mass crowd can also mean Instagram, because a lot of social media isn't just content based, it is also opinion based. So you get all those opinions in your brain and you all are messed up. You can't think right. That's the first thing. So avoiding a mass crowd means avoiding all the unnecessary opinions, or avoiding all those people that are negative. I mean, you sure heard the advice, avoid all the people that are not beneficial or are negative you too, or that keep you down mentally or physically. So we do have some friends that keeps you down, that always said it can't be done. They are always negative. Those people are to be avoided. But does it mean you don't have to socialize? No, no. By all means, do socialize. But what socializing means is be to be with the people that are beneficial to your health, to your mental health, to both to your mental and physical health. Be with those people and avoid mass crowd. And also that means social media. Avoid social media that is not beneficial to you, or just avoid shit posting. Avoid shit post Memes, memes are good, but kind of avoid that if they are, brain dead memes, brain dead people. They are just messed up. They are not good to your life. I would say keep the influence good in your life, in short, I would say. So the fourth piece of advice will be a little odd one for you. So this is a concept where David Goggins comes in. So the concept is you should try doing something hard every day. It can be lifting weights, going for a walk, or socializing, as I mentioned earlier. Do anything that will make you move out of your comfort zone. For example, you don't like to socialize. That's the thing for me, is like making YouTube videos. I hate, I don't like making YouTube videos because I look so unprofessional, the way I speak, the way I talk. But that's something I need to do. You need to do something that is important, not something you like to do. What's important, do it daily. Reps matter. Each day, every day, you need to do an important hard task. That's what also Seneca advises. You need to move out of your comfort zone, or it will kill you eventually. You will grow old, and that's how everything will end. Start making moves, stop overthinking, and start going out. So, the fifth advice that Seneca gave is avoiding self advertisement and living your life according to nature. So, living your life according to nature means that I have seen guys, uh, on a self improvement journey, they they think that in order to lock in, or in order to focus, you need to cut away people. But Seneca kinds of disagree with that, as he says that if to improve ourselves, to kind of cut off people, I'm not talking about cutting off bad people, I'm talking about cutting off people in general from your life, not socializing. Seneca says that if you don't socialize, that is against the nature. You see, we from hundreds of years ago, we used to live in tribes. We used to live in tribes, and not socializing means going against the nature. And what Seneca says, that you should live life according to nature. That's what the main meaning is of philosophy. You should live life according to the nature. So that means you should socialize with people, but also try to be better in every sense than those people. Not, you know, restrict yourself from this, but also improve and be in touch with nature, not go against it. Going against doesn't, going against is not what is mentioned in philosophy. Philosophy teaches about living a simple life according to nature, not against it. So this was all for today. In the next videos, I'll be covering many more advices from Letters from a Stoic. I have covered first 14 letters in this video, then I will cover others in other videos as well. Please write a comment or a question if you like. Write down any suggestion or any topic you like. I will try to make a video on those as well. And subscribe if you like. It's okay if you don't, no pressure. And as always, thank you for your attention.